Hello, JTAL friends, and thank you for tuning in to another Journey to Authentic Living video. Thank you again for subscribing to my channel, and if you haven't followed us on Instagram or on Facebook, please do under the same name, Journey to Authentic Living. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about a t-shirt that I saw when I was walking on the bay today, and the t-shirt said fashion versus style, and I love that. And I started to kind of ponder a little bit about that, and I thought I would kind of tie that into to the journey to authentic living and kind of what that means, and inviting you to explore a little bit of that, of your own personal style, right? So style to me is more than what you wear and what you look like. It's a behavior too. When you're in touch with your style, you're in touch with your authenticity, because style is a reflection of that. In other words, personal style is an inside job, an attitude, and it really makes no apologies. When I think of style, I don't necessarily think of trendy fashion, although that can come into play as well. But it's more like you don't care if a scarf or a color is in fashion, you just wear it, right? And someone once said, I heard this one time, actually when I was living in Italy, and someone once said to me that personal style communicates how you feel and who you are without actually speaking. And I think that there's a lot of truth to that. And it doesn't matter if you're somebody who dresses very casually or very elegantly, wears makeup, doesn't if you're a woman. It has nothing to do with that, but it does speak loudly about a type of personality that you may have. So I always think about, kind of growing up, because I feel very lucky that my parents, both of them, really cultivated a lot my individuality. They really wanted me to get in touch with my unique personality and my unique style of things. So that was always very important. And I think that I felt freedom when it came to that realm, that I was able to kind of discover what that style was. I mean, with like clothing or and even mom used to always say, it's not important that you're fashionable, that you're trendy, that you're wearing this or that. Always try to find something. She used to say signature. Find something that's your signature. And I did. And it was actually scarves. So, and I loved wearing scarves, little foulard, as the French would say. And I do wear them quite a bit. And that's not always fashionable, but if you go to Italy or you go to Europe, you do see women, and actually men as well, that will wear different types of scarves or something. So for me, that's kind of a signature. I also like bulky earrings, so sometimes I wear bulky earrings. But at the end, for me, it's really important to just feel comfortable with what I'm wearing. Some of you have seen me wear a baseball cap and coming back from exercising or something like this, and that's okay too, because I'm comfortable with who I am. I'm not always, how should I say, I can beat myself up sometimes, or I used to a lot more when I was a little bit younger. Where a lot of us, especially women, I know, struggle with accepting their body the way it is, or some of us are a little bit more petite, others are a little bit more bigger boned and things like that. And I know that the whole fashion industry has been really shifting in the last decade. And thank goodness we have people that promote young women and just women in general to really accept and love their bodies. My thing is that I think it's still important to remain healthy. For a lot of reasons that I have talked about, for example, in my self-care videos. But without going on that tangent, style really is an attitude. And I like the fact that I can be like a chameleon. I'm very, very eclectic in my dress code. I know that when I go out to dinner or I go somewhere, I do like to dress up. I want to make sure that I have some makeup on and things like that, and that I dress appropriately. That might be a little bit conditioned behavior because my mother taught me that these are the things that you do. But she was a generation, the 1950s, where this was actually expected of them, right, to have the appropriate attire. And of course, we live in Southern California, and if you're not a real big socialite, then you don't have to worry so much about the dress code, because I know even with certain cultures or subcultures within a country, there's do's and don'ts, right? So I'm very fortunate. I'm not bound to any kind of rule, so to speak. And so my personal style can really express itself the way I feel. But again, it is an attitude. It's the way you comport yourself with other people as well. And so this all ties in to authentic living. And so I'm going to ask you, what is your personal style? What makes you feel good when you put something on? Or maybe not. You might say, hey, I like to go to the nude beach periodically. I feel good not sleeping with any pajamas or something. That might be your kind of personal signature of style, if you will. But definitely, think about your own personal style without getting caught up with fashion. And if it happens to be that you like fashionable things, and because maybe your personality is that way, it goes from one fashion to another. You like to really change it up. You like to have purple hair one day, and then the next season you want to have dark hair or something like this, right? So that's okay too. It's all okay. The important thing is that you're aware of what that is, that you dress you dress the way you want to, right? So I just thought that would be a fun little video to make on fashion versus personal style. Let me know what you think. And in the meantime, I'm wishing you all a blessed day. And as always, I'm encouraging you to live authentically, even in the fashion aspect. Take care. Ciao.